How's it going, everybody? This is Craig Bush Rocks. Welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna show my Jean-Claude Van Damme movies and stuff like that in my collection. I'm not sure if I did a video on this before, but if I did, this kind of be like an update. But this is my Van Damme collection so far. I've just kind of been slowly collecting his movies and stuff like that, just to have them in there. Only things I didn't pull out was the stuff that he did voice work over, like Kung Fu Panda. 'Cause I got one Kung Fu Panda too. I didn't pull that one out, and I think he did something with Minions or something like that. I didn't pull that one out. So pretty much the voice work stuff I didn't pull out. Same thing with my video games that he did voice stuff. There's stuff that he was in and stuff like that. The first one I'm going to show, he played himself, I guess, in this movie. I have to rewatch it just to remember it and stuff like that. He was in Last Action Hero. I didn't realize that until I was doing my little research on it. It's like he was in here. He was playing himself. So it's been a while since I watched this movie, so I have to get through it and just to get to that scene and so I could check it out. It's probably him being a smart ass or something like that in the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, because it is Last Action Hero. It's a comedy and stuff like that, but pretty sweet. But yeah, he was in this one. I've been getting these multi sets right here, so this one's got 3 movies in it, stuff like that. So 3 separate discs. So the discs are in there, but I got Cyborg and Death Warrant and Double Impact. So yeah, pretty sweet. Me and my buddy Matt, we're big fans of Jean-Claude Van Damme. But yeah, it's got all the movies in there, so pretty sweet. So I'm glad to have that one. Next one's another double pack. I think this has got just 2 movies on 1 DVD. It got Black Eagle and Lionheart. Check that out. So he's done a lot of cheesy action movies and just regular action movies. He's been around for a long time, but it's a double disc right there. Pretty cool. One that I'm glad to have. I had I bought this over at Disc Traders actually, and that was Kickboxer on Blu-ray. That's pretty cool. I've been wanting this one, so I'm glad to have that one. So awesome to have that in my collection. But I've been getting all these on my hard drive, so they're all on there. I got a Jean-Claude Van Damme folder where all of his movies are in there. And, we got Van Damme and Hard Target, one of those cheesy what was that 80s flick right here flicks. So 19 what year was this made? 1993. So a 90s flick. So 1993 for Hard Target. Still, man, it's an oldie. It's an oldie. Pretty cool. The disc seeing better days. It needs to be cleaned, but surface looks nice. Next, Welcome to the Jungle. Yeah, I like this one. Pretty cool. We got Universal Soldier Day of Reckoning. Got the original Universal Soldier. I forgot I had this in my collection a while ago, and when I started ripping movies, I realized I had it. It's like, oh sweet, I do have this one. So check that out. That's an old classic Universal Soldier. Then we got Universal Soldier: The Return. You know, they were pumping out these movies left and right. You know, low budget movies. But it is what it is. We got Cyborg. What year was this Cyborg made in? They always got to put in this red lettering so you can't see crap on this thing. Probably late 80s, early 90s, I'm assuming. So I'll check the disc. It'll say it on there. 1989. He made Cyborg. Pretty cool. There's the disc, by the way. He did The Order. Nice. Pound of Flesh. Like I said, he was pumping out movies left and right. He was in Expendables 2. I got the triple pack, but I pulled out just this individual pack of Expendables 2. So he was in that one. So he's right there in the picture. So yeah, pretty cool. He was in a movie called We Die Young. Nice. Oh, here's an older one. Death Warrant. I know this has got to be in the 80s. No, 1990 exactly. And a lot of these movies I've been picking up over at disc traders and stuff like that. This one I picked up Amazon. This is the last one I'm going to show. And this one's got all kinds of them on there. So it's got about 3 different discs with a few movies on each one of them. But it's an 8-pack of Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. This thing is pretty wild. I like this thing. But it's got the Quest, Street Fighter. So yeah, I got a Street Fighter now. I want to get the Blu-ray edition of Street Fighter. The Hardcore, Maximum Risk, Double Team. Oh, it's got Universal Soldier Return, Second in Command, and Knockoff. So I was so glad to get this one. But that's my Jean-Claude Van Damme movie collection so far. Me and my buddy Matt's been slowly collecting the stuff, collecting them and stuff like that. And once I get the whole collection, I'll probably do another update video on it, because he's an action movie star, kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You got, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah, Sylvester Stallone's another good one. So I've been getting all these movies and stuff like that with all these old action stars from way back in the 80s and 90s and stuff like that. It's been kind of nice, but just something I wanted to show. I think I talked about wanting to show this before. So hold on a minute, I gotta stop. Okay, my pops is making pancakes for me, but yeah, so that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna still be collecting some Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, and I cannot wait to get a nice complete collection of it. It's gonna be all nice and stacked up in one little corner of my room there. And every so often, if I want to pull out a DVD version of it or a Blu-ray version of a movie to pop in and play, I'm gonna play it. It's a nice collection. I did that with my Arnold Schwarzenegger collection. I got a nice collection of that. So one of these days I'll do an update on that one, because I got a few movies I gotta pick up for that. So pretty cool, man. I like collecting movies, and he's one of the movie stars I like to collect for. Matt, so does Matt. But hey, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you like, give me a thumbs down. Comment down below. What's your favorite Jean-Claude Van Damme movie? You can let me know in the comments below and stuff like that. And what movies do you have physical? You can let me know too in the comments. And make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll check y'all in the next video. Bye.